The only real stumbling block is fear of failure. In cooking, you've got to have a what the hell attitude. People who love to eat are always the best people. You don't have to cook fancy or complicated masterpieces, just good food from fresh ingredients. A party without cake is just a meeting. I think careful cooking is love, don't you? The loveliest thing you can cook for someone who's close to you is about as nice a Valentine as you can give. Find something you're passionate about and keep tremendously interested in it. If you're afraid of butter, use cream. With enough butter, anything is good. Cooking well doesn't mean cooking fancy. Always remember, if you're alone in the kitchen and you drop the lamb, you can always just pick it up. Who's gonna know? I enjoy cooking with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food. Life itself is the proper binge. The best way to execute French cooking is to get good and loaded and whack the hell out of a chicken. Bon appétit. As you get older, you shouldn't waste time drinking bad wine. Nothing is too much trouble if it turns out the way it should. The measure of achievement is not winning awards. It's doing something that you appreciate, something you believe is worthwhile. Fat gives things flavor. Just speak very loudly and quickly, and state your position with utter conviction, as the French do, and you'll have a marvelous time. A cookbook is only as good as its worst recipe. I was 32 when I started cooking. Up until then, I just ate. You'll never know everything about anything, especially something you love. Cooking is like love. It should be entered into with abandon or not at all. Being tall is an advantage, especially in business. People will always remember you, and if you're in a crowd, you'll always have some clean air to breathe. I think every woman should have a blowtorch. The only time to eat diet food is while you're waiting for the steak to cook. It's hard to imagine a civilization without onions. How can a nation be great if its bread tastes like Kleenex? In France, cooking is a serious art form and a national sport. I'm not a chef, I'm a cook and a teacher. If you're in a good profession, it's hard to get bored because you're never finished. There will always be work you haven't yet done. This is my invariable advice to people. Learn how to cook, try new recipes, learn from your mistakes, be fearless, and above all, have fun. I believe in eating what you like and being discreet about it. You must have discipline to have fun. The only time to eat diet food is while you're waiting for the steak to cook. I don't believe in twisting yourself into knots of excuses and explanations over the food you make. Usually, one's cooking is better than one thinks it is. You learn to cook so that you don't have to be a slave to recipes. You get what's in season, and you know what to do with it. There is no end to imagination in the kitchen. Wine is important in cooking because it adds acidity, depth of flavor, and complexity. I think one of the terrible things today is that people have this deathly fear of food, fear of eggs, say, or fear of butter.